Thanks, Sid. It's so pleasure to join the NODES conference, and I finally have an opportunity to share my experience on machine learning with graph with all over the world. Actually, this is my first English presentation, so I'm a little bit nervous, but fine. So my lecture will be 15 minutes, and first I will introduce you my video channel. And then I will introduce you the best lectures about graph machine learning. That's Stanford CS224W. This is very good lectures. So let me introduce my video first. This is my video channel. You can use this link URL to get access to the bilibili.com webpage. And my video channel is about machine learning, deep learning, also convolutional neural networks, computer vision, as well as AIGC. This video is about to use AI to draw pictures in science fiction novels. And I also made lots of videos about AI paper reading in object detection, image classification, as well as image segmentation and machine learning with graphs. And recently, I made a series of lectures about explainability of AI, also called XAI. That's open the black box of a machine learning algorithm and know it, explain it, and trust it. And this videos is about augmented reality. You can use these tutorials to make your own AR gift for your good friend or your company. And this lectures is about AI paper reading about graph. That's deep work and Neo4j, as well as GNN. That's about graph neural networks and graph machine learning. I also make a lot of videos about data mining, data processing, and machine learning basics. So that's my video channel. I have been working on this video channel for 4 years, and I'm now a good uploader in China, and maybe you can watch my videos in the future. And I also make lots of applications and projects using Neo4j. For example, this is a medical question answering application. You can enter your question, and the graph database will give you its answer. This is nodes and attributes. Also relations. Using GDSP, Graph Data Science Playground, you can do lots of data mining about graph. Yeah, and then I would like to show my AI paper reading, and this is my best work, I think. I make tons of notes about many famous paper about artificial intelligence. And this paper, I have been working on these papers. These papers is very famous and have very influential power. And every student in China, or maybe every student in all over the world, will need to read these papers. And I make tons of notes and make videos to read this paper sentence by sentence to let you learn this paper better from the beginner. That's so-called from zero to hero. In graph machine learning, I also make lots of paper reading and notes. For example, this is deep work, represent a node embedding algorithm, a classical node embedding algorithm. And this is Neo4j, also node embedding algorithm. And I would also like to introduce BIAS with you. This is a biomedical information ontology system, and you can query many medical terms such as COVID-19 or some, for example, fever, and you can query many medical papers. It has a lot of knowledge graph about medical. Okay, and then I would like to share CS224W with you. I think this is the most exciting and the best materials about graph machine learning. If you are a beginner, if you are a freshman in graph machine learning, I would like to recommend these courses with you. Let me introduce its schedule. First is machine learning for graphs introduction, and the teacher, this teacher is the author of Neo4j, will introduce the history of graph machine learning and classical methods and advanced methods about graph machine learning. And in lecture 2, traditional methods for machine learning on graphs. He will introduce some classical traditional methods before deep learning. And from lecture 3, it will be node embeddings algorithm such as deep work and Neo4j. In lecture 4 is a famous PageRank. Google used PageRank to build its first search engine, and this is very famous in graph science. From lecture 5, the teacher introduced GNN, graph neural networks, and it also tell us some ideas, some design architecture in graph neural networks, and also applications of graph neural networks. He will introduce such as AlphaFold 2, and use graph neural networks to build your recommend system, to build your drug designer, and use GNN to do some AI for science work. That's very exciting, and also frontiers about artificial intelligence. In lecture 10, from lecture 10, it will be knowledge graph, and this is also a basic topic in graph science. And from lecture 13, it will be some applications about GNN, such as community structure, such as deep generative models. We can use AI to build another new graph. Also, some advanced topics on GNN. This course is totally free, and you can search on YouTube to watch its previous lecture. Also, slides and videos. Also, it offers many Colab homework. You can run directly using Colab. You need to have some Python basics and machine learning basics. I think graph data mining and the graph machine learning will be vital importance in the future, as graph data structure will be more and more important, such as in AI for science, medical design, and the social network, social relationships. Also, many papers also have social relationships, has links. And I would like to introduce you another platform. This is a Chinese paper reading platform. Its name is readpaper.com. And you can search paper, make notes of paper, discuss paper, and connect papers. For example, I would like to search deep residual learning for image recognition, also called ResNet. And you can see its connections, its citations, and the papers whose citations is it, the papers who cite it and its citations. It's also a node link structure, also called graph structure. Just like connectedpapers.com. And the graph structure will be more and more important in the future. And also, graph machine learning will be more and more important in the future. So if you are a beginner, if you are a freshman in college, or if you are a totally freshman in machine learning, and I would like you to learn graph machine learning from the beginning using CS224W, this course. So that's basically my lectures. Sid, do you have some questions?
All
Yeah,
right.
15 minutes.
Thank you. Thanks, Tommy. It was a great session.
Yeah, should we have Q&A session?
Yeah, that's what I'm just checking if we have Q&A in the chat window.
Yeah,
But more or less, your links have been shared with everyone. Let me just broadcast them for everyone.
yeah. And especially in China, uh, we have a very poor fundamentals of graph machine learning tutorials. So these lectures will be very important for Chinese students. And I hope there will be more courses and lectures like this in China.
Definitely, definitely. This is awesome. And I think Jason is asking for the link to Bilibili as well.
Oh, of
Would you mind
course.
sharing it with me or in the chat window directly?
I will send it to you.
Cool. Yes. Let me.
Bilibili.com is just like YouTube in China, and many teachers and students, they will share their knowledge, share their experience about learning on Bilibili.com. And that's like a learning website.